We are requesting that students do have voting power. We're requesting that students have that power delegated to them by institutional legislation. We are requesting that the university change its bylaws, that the university changes bylaws so that students will be able to participate in the decision-making process on every level of the university.
I don't see any merit as far as the demands for the open hearing and for the demands for him to be hired when the matter has been processed.
People talk about violence in relation to things, not in relation to people in this society. And we think that, you know, violence to people is a lot worse.
776, no more bureaucratic tricks. 7776, no more bureaucratic tricks. 776, no more bureaucratic tricks.
So I think we should just stay here. I think we should be nonviolent. I think we should stay. We should lock arms if they try to move us, but we should be nonviolent. It's going to look really good.
Is that what it is? If you do not move, can you answer that? If you do not move, action will be taken.
When are we going to have the open hearing?
That is a threat. It's a statement of fact.
Hey, you don't have to club anybody.
Have it, man.
Take arms again. Take arms.
I think there have been and will continue to be areas where students should and can participate in governance, and where you want the student evaluation of faculty members.
Would you favor giving the students any significant voting power as opposed to consultative powers?
I wouldn't vote to give them the decision-making power, no.
Could you say something about your background before you came to UCSB?
Yeah, I have a kind of an unusual background, as I'm sure you probably know. I was in the military, and I graduated from West Point. I came here in 1958, was in the ROTC program.
And whereas letters and statements of appraisal whereas in the absence of confidentiality, irrelevant and whereas for the reasons given, the principle of confidentiality and whereas preservation of confidentiality.
What do you want? Right! What do you want it? Now! Who wants it? The people! All the people! All the people! What do you want? Right! What do you want it? Now! Who are you? The people! All the people! All the people!
Mandala. Those people who think they can support the right to academic freedom while ignoring the struggle for real, concrete freedom in the real world have to be called what they are. And that is ivory tower intellectuals and very often bourgeois hypocrites. And I have to assert the right of a people who are struggling to throw off the yokes of oppression to defend itself from the violence of the enemy.
Don't fight the bankers' war, burn the bankers' hall. Don't fight the bankers' war, burn the
Kill the pigs! Suck their blood! Kill the pigs! Suck their blood!
The students are really against is that they don't see any legitimacy in the system as a whole. These people talk about violence. Why aren't they petitioning against the violence the United States is carrying on in Vietnam? The violence that the Bank of America is perpetrating on the people in the third world. The violence that they're perpetrating against the grape growers, against the farmers. See, this is the violence that people don't talk about. They talk about students disrupting something, burning a building. That means nothing. What about the violence that is being perpetrated against people? That's not talked about.
Hare
I mean, I don't think that Isla Vista will ever be the same. I mean, it can't be the same. I mean, there's no way. I mean, the pigs came in there and they just hassled people so much for so long, you know, and they just, and especially just a couple days before that, they gave people so much shit. And it just started then, you know, and people just aren't going to take any more shit.
The pattern that takes place here is the same pattern you see with the street people in Berkeley, and usually involving as many students as they can, if possible. I think also, I'd like to say, and I was very happy to learn of the students from the campus out here who participated on the other side, who helped law enforcement, who tried to protect property, who brought fire extinguishers and tried to put out some of the fires. And I think this is far more typical of the student body than of the cowardly little bums that have been doing what the others have been doing.
3. Public park, school playground, municipal parking facilities, and property owned in the University of California. 4. No person except a law enforcement officer or member of the National Guard shall carry any firearm or other deadly weapon within the area prescribed. 5. Regulations number 1 and 2 shall not apply to policemen, peace officers, firemen, or other emergency personnel or civilians and engaged in police or emergency work. Regulations number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shall become effective immediately and shall remain in effect until further notice. Any violations of these regulations is a misdemeanor as provided in section 12-10 of the Santa Barbara County Code. Public park, school playground, municipal parking facilities, and property owned in the University of California. 4. No person except a law enforcement officer or member of the National Guard.
I think if there had been no Michigan and Balbo, if there had been no Berkeley, if there had been no incidents around this country where the brutality of the ruling class was illustrated and exemplified, then I think that maybe young people would not feel the bitterness and frustration of the inability to reach responsible government. The trouble is, it doesn't get through. Therefore, you have to fill the streets.